Right here, what you're looking at is just some items that I had in my stash that I had DIY before, and I just decided to refurbish them, give them a facelift, and let's get started. DIY number one. Here's what I have. I have some beautiful napkins that I ordered off of Amazon, Mod Podge from Dollar Tree, Apple Barrel Paint in White from Walmart, and this piece was a riser that I previously made, and it had a little accident. It came apart. One of the bottom um, sticks came apart, but what I'm going to do is just take some glue, some hot glue, and put it back together again. I'm going to give it a new face. I'll be taking the Apple Barrel Paint in White, and I am going to paint the entire riser. I'll give it 2 coats. Now that the 2 coats of paint have dried, I am going to take the beautiful napkin, and I absolutely love this napkin. Of course, if you've been with me for a while, you know that blue is my favorite color. I'm going to cut it down to size, get it to where I need it to be to Mod Podge it in the center of the riser. Yes, I was just going around my crafting studio, looking at all the stuff that I had just laying around. It may have been pieces like this where maybe a feet or a leg fell off, or just wasn't using it anymore, and just decided to take some of the pieces and give them a facelift. Now this is a 2-ply napkin. I'm going to peel that back ply off, and after I have done that, I'm going to use my fingertips to just peel it around the edges because I don't want the straight lines. I want it to look more finished, or so to say. So I'm just peeling it around the edges to get rid of that straight line. After I have it where I want it and my eyes are happy with that, I'm going to take and give the riser a layer of Mod Podge, not too thick, and I'm going to place the napkin on there and smooth it out with my fingers. And what I love about these napkins, they rarely, almost never ever have any air bubbles or wrinkles in them. And I think maybe that's because the napkins are made out of decoupage paper, I want to say, if I'm not mistaken. And all I do is I take my heating tool and being very careful not to burn my fingers and just smooth out whatever wrinkles or air bubbles there is, which is hardly any. And I'm going to give it a top coat of Mod Podge and go back with my heating tool and do the same thing. Make sure all the wrinkles and air bubbles are gone. And you'll see more of this in the final reveal because this one is done. Well, I decided to distress. And I'm going to take some of that Waverly Antique Wax and go around the edges, and I will be distressing the entire piece. And now it's done. DIY number 2. Okay, here's what I have. I have some Apple Barrel Paint in Cloudless, Mod Podge, and Apple Barrel Paint in White, and a piece of scrap wood, one of the square planks from Dollar Tree, and a shadow box. I used both of those pieces in previous DIYs, and I have some stickers. At that point right there, I wasn't sure which ones I was going to use, so that's why I was looking at both of them. But I gave the shadow box 2 coats of the white paint, and I'm going to take the napkins, separate the plies, use some Mod Podge as I did in the first project. Give it a light coat of it and place the napkin on top of the shadow box. And this is going to come out to be a beautiful, absolutely beautiful shelf sitter. And I absolutely love these napkins. If you're interested in these napkins, I ordered them off of Amazon. Let me know and I'll share the link with you. I'll put it below in my description box. Now what I did with the wooden plank was I gave it a coat of the Admiral Blue apple barrel paint, and you'll see that, oh, and I decided to go with these stickers because they're more like on the vintage side. And I kind of decided to go with that flare, but you'll see at the top where I distressed it with the white paint, and those are bubbles from where if you're using a heating tool and the paint and you just hold the heat on there and it bubbles up. Well, that happened, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, I like this. So I decided to do the top of it and the bottom of it. Just hold the heating tool against it and let it bubble up. And then I went over it with some of the white paint. I'm taking 2 tumbling tower blocks. I glued it to the back of the plank to give me that little raised 3D look. And I'm going to hot glue it to the center of the shadow box. And this DIY is done. You'll see more of it in the final reveal. DIY number 3. I have another piece that was just laying around. It was part of another DIY that I did. It had the word welcome on it that I had cut out on my Cricut. Some more of the beautiful napkins, Mod Podge, and the paint. Now what I decided to do was remove that word welcome. And now all I did was use my Cricut tool and lifted the vinyl up, and it peeled right off. And I'm taking my sandpaper. I'm sorry, my sanding block. Well, of course you can use sandpaper. Smoothed everything out. And I also gave this piece 2 coats of the white paint. And I'm gonna take the napkin, remove the ply, and I decided to go with just that trim that's on the bottom of the napkin. And I just decoupaged it over the whole entire piece. I also took my drill, and off camera, I drilled a hole in the wooden piece because I knew I had that tassel, which I had got from, well, it's a tag with a tassel, and I had found those at Dollar General. I wanted to add that, so I drilled a hole in it. And I'm gonna just decoupage it onto the piece and add the tag with the tassel. And you'll also see in a minute that I took a piece of the napkin and also decoupaged it onto the tag. I thought that was absolutely cute. And I took my sanding block and sanded off the excess around the edges. And this DIY is done. I also took the tag with the tassel, added a piece of the napkin there, and you'll see more of this in the final reveal. And here is your final reveal. I also added a farmhouse sticker to the shelf sitter, and I think these came out absolutely beautiful. Leave me a comment below and let me know what you think. And I'll take this time to thank all my subscribers. Thank you guys so much. You are so deeply appreciated. If there's anything in this video that you like, give me a big thumbs up. Also consider subscribing. And if so, don't forget the notification bell. Drop down, click all, and YouTube will notify you when I upload another fantastic video. I absolutely love these 3 farmhouse upgrades. And guys, thank you all again so much for tuning in. And always remember to get lost in what you love. Bye-bye.